4G, 5G, 4G, 5G, 4G, 5G. So we had the Moto G52 a week back here, but we passed the time thinking 4G, 5G. But a lot of you guys wanted a video on Moto G52, so we were late. But we thought, how about we add some competition like Redmi Note 11, same 13,499 price. And then how about you spend a bit more on a 5G phone like Samsung M33 5G? What all you gain and what all you lose? And the bigger question is, should you be buying a 4G phone or 5G smartphone in 2022 under budget? Well, TechWiser will tell you, and if you like what TechWiser tells or says, subscribe to TechWiser. These days I'm writing such good lines.
No, bro.
Now, first up, it's very simple. If you look at the phones, Moto and Redmi look more premium to me. Like the Redmi comes with a textured back, but it is plastic. However, it feels good in the hand. The Moto G52 also has a plastic back, but it feels like a premium Moto phone. I know this wouldn't matter to a lot of people, but if you see it in person, you will be impressed. It looks a lot premium than the price you pay. Now, the Moto G52 technically has a PMMA glass back. Now, I read about it, and PMMA glass is a substitute for glass, which is like a mixture of glass and plastic, and it is more shatter resistant. Like, it somewhat looks similar to Moto H30. Like, can you feel the similarity? But of course, that was a flagship phone. Like Redmi Note 11 is 181 or 180 grams, and Moto G52 is more lightweight at 169 gram. Nice number. So correct me if I'm wrong, it is one of the lightest and slimmest phone in this price segment with a headphone jack. I mean, compact and slim phones are so rare these days. On the same, Samsung M33 is a bit heavy at 215 gram, but then it has a 6000 mAh battery with 25 watt fast charging. Moto and Redmi have 5000 mAh battery with 33 watt fast charging. Also, Moto G52 and Redmi Note 11 has stereo speakers, which is like great in this price range. Now, displays again where Motorola and Redmi wins, because 5G phones have a few compromises, and most of them are displays. Samsung M33 has a TFT LCD display. Now you would be like, Pratik, how does a TFT display affect me? So we are here outdoor in bright sunlight, and as you can see side by side, the Moto G52 looks brighter compared to the Samsung M33, and even if you tilt the displays, like the Moto G52 has better viewing angles. See? There's like very less reflection. Now, Samsung M33 does have a 120Hz display compared to 90Hz on both Moto and Redmi. But again, while watching videos, if you look at viewing angles, there is a difference in AMOLED and TFT. Also, Moto G52 deserves this. It has like one of the minimum bezels in this price range. Like, have a look at it side by side with the Redmi Note 11. See how smaller the chin is. I mean, I know it wouldn't matter much to a lot of people, but if you see it for the first time, you will definitely be impressed. And I was reading about it. The Moto G52 uses a POLED display, which is about the same as AMOLED, but uses a plastic base now, which helps them to make thinner and less bezels phone. Also, POLED display can fold, but of course this is not a foldable, but POLED can be used in flexible or foldable phones. Rest, you get wideband L1 in all the three phones. Netflix and Prime Video will run at 1080p. Also, none of these phones support HDR on YouTube, and this is what you get in this price range. Now, performance is the interesting part. See, Samsung M33 5G has a 5G chip, which is Exynos 1280, and both Redmi and Moto have a 4G chip, Snapdragon 680. So in the CPU throttling test, which tells you how your phone performs under stress, the Redmi Note 11 performed really good, but the top scores of all the three phones were more or less the same. And in Antutu benchmark, Samsung M33 5G scored the highest. Rest, Moto G52 was second and Redmi Note 11 was third. Now, how much do these benchmark affect in real life? Like browsing Twitter, nothing, no difference. But if you play BGMI, here are the BGMI settings, and it's kind of same on all the three phones. Now let me make the camera very simple. We'll take one photo from each phone and I'll give you a crystal clear answer. So straight up in this photo, I could see like Samsung does a bit of saturated or a bit boosted photos, like Manu's t-shirt color is a bit more reddish than in real life, whereas Moto is straight up very close to natural. There's a slight pink tint, but overall I prefer the sharpness and detail in the Moto G52 pic. Same goes with ultra wide angle camera. If you zoom a lot in, you can see the image is still sharper on Moto and Redmi Note 11. And with the selfies, the story is the same. The photo is a lot sharper on the Moto G52 compared to Samsung or Redmi Note 11. Now, Snapdragon 680 doesn't support 4K recording. Hence, both Moto G52 and Redmi Note 11 can only record up to 1080p 60 FPS. The Samsung M33 can do 4K recording. Now, software is where the picture gets clear. Like Moto G52 and Samsung M33 come with Android 12 and Redmi Note 11 comes with Android 11. Like 11? Now MOTOUI, I would say, is the closest that you will get to Pixel's Android 12. Like same color picker for wallpapers, same notification shade and settings, and Moto also puts in their subtle customization like chop to flash or this power torch. See, I'm on YouTube, I can just double tap on the fingerprint and now I can open Twitter. So it's a very useful software feature. Now one thing I haven't seen enough people talk about is if you go to the Play Store in the Moto device, you can see a lot of Moto apps like Moto Camera, Moto Phone and Moto app and all of that. And to update it, Moto doesn't need to push a new software update. Like for new camera features or camera bugs, they can be just updated through the Google Play Store. So that is a good smart move. Same, Samsung M33 comes with full ONEUI, so you get Samsung Pay, Knox Security, Secure Folder, everything. However, the story is different with Redmi Note 11. It still comes with Android 11. Now MIUI also has some good features, like suppose I'm writing a note and I want to drag and drop a picture. I can just go to floating windows, gallery, here's a floating window. I can just choose Manu's picture and then drop it on the keep notes, close this floating window and here I have the image. You get some bloatwares on MIUI which can be easily uninstalled, but there are bugs on MIUI. And even Moto has two apps pre-installed, Moj and Daily Hunt. Again, it can be easily uninstalled. Now, here comes the whole 5G versus 4G phone debate. See, if you buy a 5G phone, you get 12 bands of 5G, but you miss out on stereo speakers, AMOLED display, good ultra wide angle camera, and a bunch of small features like haptic feedback and all of that stuff. Also, charger in the box. Because 5G is a future technology still to come in India, and to get it in India, you have to pay a premium. So here's my advice, listen carefully. 5G is still 1 year away, usable 5G. And stable 5G is still about 2 to 3 years away. So if you are in no mood of spending money, get a 4G phone under 15,000 and chill. But if you think you aren't going to change your phone for the next 2, 3, 4 years, spend a bit more around 22-25,000 and get a good 5G phone, because all these 5G compromises are in budget phones. You wouldn't have seen these 5G compromises in the 25-30K segment. Also, 4G phones get you all important sensor like proximity sensor, light sensor. Samsung M33 5G doesn't have an ambient light sensor. So auto brightness is kind of slow. Like see here, if I cover the phone with my hand, brightness goes all the way down, but when I remove it, see, it takes time to react and take the brightness up. So in day-to-day life, it bothers slightly, like teeny tiny bit, ekdam halka sa, but it does bother. So I would say if you want a 4G phone, the best option is Moto G52 at 14,499 for most people. You do get a 1000 HDFC card discount, which makes the price 13,499. Use it if you have it. And if you want a budget phone for routing, custom ROM, of course, the Redmi Note 11 at 13,499 is a good option. But then again, updates are the thing that you should keep in mind. If you want a 5G phone in budget, I would recommend to spend a bit more, around 20,000. There are better options than Samsung M33 5G. Here's a video on all the best phones under 20,000, somewhere here. On that note, this is Prateek signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew.